We on the podcast, baby.
Club Talk. Jay Brody. Yeah, baby, it's that Club Talk. Yeah, baby, it's that Club Talk. You're now listening to that Club Talk. And now, your host, Jay Brody.
All right, and just like that, we are back on another episode of Club Talk Podcast. Thank you for joining us. If this is your first time checking out the podcast, thank you. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe if you are not subscribed already. Drop a comment, share, like this video if you're watching on YouTube. But if you're just listening on Apple Podcasts, Amazon, iHeart, Spotify, all those good apps, go ahead and subscribe, follow, like, share, leave me a review, all that good stuff. Before I introduce my guest today, who I'm so goddamn excited about this guy, man. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, man.
Oh man, talk about, like not knowing someone's story just by, like, if you look at them, you wouldn't even know the journey.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, we gonna talk about it. We gonna get into the backstory of this man. This story is legendary.
For sure, there it is. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Right. But before we chat with him real quick, shout out to my sponsors, Whitehall Nutrition Lounge out here locally in Columbus, Ohio, right in the Whitehall area. If you are trying to get on your health shit, if you try to get right, you trying to get ready, you go. Hit up Whitehall Nutrition Lounge right here in Whitehall. I believe off of on Yearling Road, if you know where that is. Also shout out to HelloBlackManJournal.com. Based out of Jackson, Mississippi, founded by my man Jamie Jenkins. This is a platform for the youth, young men and young women, to express their feelings, whatever they're going through in life, through the art of journaling. Take it back to the old school. They also sell merch. They do annual events, conferences, and things like that. So if you have any young children, or if you know anyone who has any young children, if you got nieces, nephews, make sure you swing by HelloBlackManJournal.com. And last but not leastly, if you are in need of any visual representation for your business or services, if you need graphics, if you need promotional material, hit up theflyeragency.com. Anything you need, animations, whatever you need to visually represent your business, you want to go hit up theflyeragency.com. All right, man. Here
we go.
Man, hold on, let me get this man a proper introduction, goddammit.
Yeah, thank you.
Because you have earned it.
Thank you.
You
man.
have earned it. Oh my God, man.
Yes.
Masters Physique Champion.
Woo woo. Woo woo.
Open Class A and Up Champion.
Woo woo. Yeah.
My God.
Yeah.
Kendall is here.
Yes. Kendall is in the building.
Yes, right, man.
Yes. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that, Rome.
Definitely, man. Definitely. I appreciate you for stopping by, man, for coming through to share your story.
Yeah.
To, because people, I assume, because people will see you, for those who are probably watching on YouTube, if you're just listening, they'll probably will look at you and just assume you've always been this guy.
I'm not even gonna lie to myself about that one for sure. I'm not gonna lie to myself. I guess, you know what, honestly, it's always been in me. This guy has always actually been in me. I just had to peel off a few layers and quite a few layers.
That's right.
And to get down to the real Kendall.
Yeah,
For
man.
sure. And I'm still peeling. I'm still
right.
peeling away. Man.
It's an everlasting journey. It never ends.
It never ends. It never. And mine feel like I'm just getting started, man. I'm like, I'm just getting started for real, living.
That's right.
Honestly, I'm just getting started to live.
Right.
Bro.
We're not gonna tell the people your age yet, cause
no.
Cause we're gonna surprise them towards the end of this discussion. Cause I want them to follow this journey through. And like, he won that competition at what age?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So we're gonna tease that for now, but later on we'll tell them, like, you know, your age and all that stuff, so people can also realize that it's not ever over for you. You know, like,
never.
We think that we're finished.
Yeah,
like,
that's it.
I'm done.
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, man.
I had a nice life.
Yeah.
No,
but your story is just like a clear example, a testament of no.
Yeah,
like you said, it's always been inside you.
It's always been,
but you got to tap into it.
Got to, man. and I finally did.
That's right.
I finally did.
Yeah.
Man.
All right, so let's start from the beginning, the backstory. Who is Kendall? Who was Kendall before the bodybuilding champion? Okay. Like, give us a little,
quick. Yeah. I'll give you a little background. A lot of it starts with where we came from. Honestly, our parents, and I have to say, as a child, I had the best upbringing that I thought you can actually have. Both of my parents, they're still alive today, and they're still living.
Nice.
And they always made sure we didn't want or need. Honestly, I remember my friends used to tease me about being. They used to call me Carlton.
Carlton. For Fresh Prince.
Yeah. Like, I had the silver spoon and all of that, and I think that kind of that started to wear on me, because I didn't want to be Carlton.
This polished kid.
Exactly. I didn't want my parents to be that family that, I didn't. So I tried to blend in. Yeah. I wanted to be with everybody else. Honestly, I just wanted to be that person. So. And with that just came a lot of distancing myself from my upbringing. So where drugs, alcohol.
Wow. Are we talking like at an early age?
Early age. Honestly, you know what? Probably not until maybe freshman in high school.
Really?
Yep. I didn't really, because I went to the military. What happened was, right after high school, actually probably my junior and senior year, you could tell I was starting to go all the way left. Go all the way left. So it was best, as soon as I got out of high school, I had to go to the military. It was, me and my mom, my dad, we talked about it, and we just thought that would be the best thing for me, just to get away from where I was at, in that mix. Yeah. And so I went.
Oh, okay.
I went. I hated the military.
Really?
Man. You know what? They tricked me. I'm gonna tell you.
Problem with authority.
Oh my God. The recruiter, I remember I had to take the test, the ASVAB, and I scored really high. But I guess back then nobody wanted to do infantry or nothing like that. I guess that was a hard job. And I could have, with my score, I could have went to New York and had a really, really easy job. Or they was like, well, you can go to Hawaii. But when I got to Hawaii, I was an infantry soldier. They tricked me. It's nothing but mountains in Hawaii, man. I was in the field like 12, 15, 20 days at a time, always road marching, and just, it was the worst. So it beat my knees up, and eventually I got out.
How long was you in?
I went in October 91 and got out in 95, about 3 years.
3 years or so?
Yeah, 3 years, about 3.5 years.
Wow,
yeah.
Man.
Disability. My knee was just from being out in that field all the time and road marching. And they, of course, like me being the smallest one, they would give me the heaviest equipment. I never understood that. So it must have been something they seen in me that I didn't even see in myself back then. I would always carry the heavy equipment, bro.
Yeah.
And I got out on a disability because my knee, they did surgery on my knee, and they told me I had I can't even remember what it was, and they just discharged me. And they discharged me, I guess because it was so bad, they discharged me at a pretty decent discharge, like 30%. When I first got out.
Man. Wow.
It was lovely, man. When I first got out. But I was young. I was still young.
Yeah, you still in your early 20s.
Yeah, early 20s, exactly. So I just like that money. I would get that money every month and shoot.
What, you living that fast life?
Living with my parents too, so I didn't have no real responsibility.
Oh, you know man,
so it was, yeah. But that was just the road. It was just the beginning to just, yeah.
So what type of things were you doing? Like, what was you involved in? Like, how hardcore was it?
Oh, you know what I would do is drink.
The drink,
alcohol.
That was your vice.
I loved it. I loved.
Are we talking almost every other day, weekends?
Pretty much every day.
Every day.
If I could, because I still live with my parents, so I could, I could only drink in my car.
Couldn't bring it in the house. So you go down to the.
Almost lived in my car, man, for real. Oh man, almost lived in my car.
Man, every day.
That was it. Every day I was drinking, and then after a while, that wasn't enough. You know, so I started smoking marijuana. Then I started doing cocaine.
Man,
I started like real heavy.
Really?
And cocaine, just
like
snorting.
Almost every day too.
Yeah, just snorting. I don't know. It was bad, man.
So how many drugs do you think you've done?
Woo. I mean, different drugs. Yeah, it's probably about 6 or 7, probably.
Really?
In my lifetime, just 6. Yep.
Wow.
Different. Yeah, and I don't even know where it came. It just progressed.
Did someone introduce you to it, or?
I think that was. I don't know if nobody specifically introduced me to it. I think that was just it was cool. It seemed like it was cool.
Yeah.
And it was totally opposite of what I was raised up in.
Right.
So, and that's what I was trying to get away from anyway. Yeah.
I want to have this clean image. I could be cool with the
I'm not like my parents. Oh, yeah, that's them. Yeah.
Right. Did you ever, like, during that phase of your life, where you're just going heavy into that fast life, drugs and drinking and all that stuff, did you ever, like, look at, like, damn, I'm disappointing the family?
Yeah. Oh. And you know what? As soon as I did that, I would drink even more and get even higher. Because I didn't want to think about that. Because, as soon as I was starting to come down off of a high or a drunk or something like that, life started hitting me like, man, you haven't been home. You haven't seen kids. You haven't paid no bills. You haven't, you're like, so, in order to stop that thinking, I had to just get some more. So I wouldn't think about it. So
you would go even harder to suppress the shame.
That. Yeah, exactly. Suppress the shame. And that's what kept me out there so long, because I was ashamed. Not because I was living my life and it was fun. It was because I don't want the people who care to see me how I am.
Wow.
So it just kept me out there even longer.
Dang.
Even longer.
Did your parents know what you were doing? They had ideas.
They had, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And not because they've ever. I think they were still kind of lost. They didn't understand why.
Because, right? Like we gave him everything. Yeah, exactly. Like, why are you down on a fifth of that?
Exactly. Like, they did not understand why, and I couldn't explain it to them either. But I'm sure they had to. They probably didn't know exactly. But if I'm always needing money and my car note and gas, electric, just stuff.
Just little habits. Like he's always asking to borrow
exactly.
stuff.
They know, but they didn't know what to do. I'm sure.
Yeah.
They didn't know what to do. And I didn't either.
Really?
You know, I didn't either.
Dang,
but
man.
just to keep using so I didn't have to deal with reality.
Wow. Man, so how long would you say like you like years just because like you said eventually like you're trying to chase the high, you go into the all right, let me bump it up to this.
Yeah,
like,
bump it up.
You're trying to chase it. You're just all right.
And it was over. I would say a good 25, maybe a good, definitely 20 for sure. Straight. You know, just like
you were going in.
Constantly spiraling down, just like slowly. And it was bad. It was really bad. And I got married.
Oh wow! And even through that,
yeah, I got married in 2008. And actually, my she's passed now. My wife, she's passed. Sorry. Yeah, but she passed in 2017.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 2017. But we got married in 2008. I had a son, Kendall, and we got married. He was born in 95 because we had been together. Me and her.
Oh, it was a long time. Long relationship.
Like right after I came out the military, almost. Yeah,
so she was with you throughout this whole
she was
addiction phase.
Yes.
Wow, so she's seen it.
And my kids, some of my kids,
really?
they seen
it.
They
seen Pop
They seen Pop.
Pop going, man.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? Actually, they didn't see too much of it because I stayed gone because I didn't even want them to see.
Show them that.
Yeah, I didn't want them to see. But it kept me away from, it was just, it was so twisted.
Yeah. So, you know what? Like, that's so, like, interesting, like, to hear that, like, perspective, like, from someone who's, like, been in an addiction for a long time, because we never get to hear from the horse's mouth what that's like. We always see it, but have we ever talked to that person to like dig like what, you know, like you crazy. Was down bad, like and a lot of times what happened is we judge them.
That's off the rip.
We all look at this. Look at this addiction.
Exactly.
He no good. He a bum. Exactly. You know, he's a sore father. You poor excuse for
all
a man.
All of that. Because honestly, if you think about it, it doesn't make sense. Like people are like, well, if you're always broke and you're feeling miserable and you're not able to see your kids, why would you keep getting high? You know, people don't like. Right. Why would you? And you ask yourself that. You're like, that's a good question.
Yeah. What do you think it is like that? It's so hard to stop. Like is it? Because I've never done drugs. I've never I'm not like a big drinker or anything. I've never been high. I don't even know what the feeling feels like. Like, and people still look at me like, damn, you never nope. They're like, really? I'm like, no. So like if you could like explain what that is like, the feeling of a drug that takes over. If you could, I know it's probably hard to put in words.
Yeah, I came real close.
Like, what is that like?
It as soon as I do the drug, as soon as I get high and snort coke or whatever it was, it would just take away all the shame. You know what I'm saying? It would take away. I wouldn't think about I hadn't been home in a week. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't think about I only got like $8 left in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't think about I haven't seen my kids in 3 or 4 days. I haven't talked to my wife. My parents are probably wondering where I'm at. So let me hit this dope, and then all of that is gone.
It goes away.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's not so much I think they talk about the euphoria and all the. No, it's just for me. It just erases all of that, all of the wrong.
So literally, it would be like a feeling of like you're escaping.
Yeah. Escape.
Wow.
Yeah, but the only bad thing about it is eventually you're gonna come down off of that,
and
life
back.
is going, and it's gonna
hit you like
when they say it'd be
bricks.
harder. Oh man, so that's why you gotta. For me, that's why I had to do more.
You go back to it.
Do more and more and more and more to suppress that. And not only that, what was crazy about mine is because a lot of people knew my parents and knew my upbringing, I had to like fake it.
Right, you had to disguise yourself.
I had to fake it,
right,
and that was one of the hardest jobs ever.
I bet. Oh man,
that's what first started me working out. That was one of the first reasons I was like, I have to work out, because if they see that I look good on the outside, like if I look like I'm working out, right, nobody's gonna be able to tell that I just
you lost a lot of weight.
Yeah,
exactly. Look kind of slim there. What's going on? Let's see that rib cage, fella. Play like a xylophone.
Exactly. And I heard all the jokes. So that's what made me like, okay, if I go to the gym, you know, and eat halfway decent, maybe that'll buff me up. Maybe it won't look like I'm out here looking
strung out, as they say. Yeah.
Strung out.
Wow.
Strung out.
So actually, you getting like heavy into exercise and working out and lifting was to disguise the addiction.
Yeah.
Shit,
that's
man.
Crazy. Ain't that crazy, man?
Wow.
Now, and you talking about a hard ass job? Damn,
man. Jesus Christ.
Oh God. Man. You talking about a hard ass job? Trying to do that. I mean, I would get high like right before I would walk into the gym, and I'm like racing.
I was just about to ask you, like, would you go work out like high?
Racing, and then eventually the high would come down. I stop racing, and I'm like, okay, I can't just go back out to the car and come back in. So I'm just gonna leave the gym altogether.
You just leave?
Yeah, I'm done. I did about 25 reps. Yeah, I'm done for the day. I'm done.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm done.
Wow.
But one thing, I knew for sure that I had some pretty good genetics, because even though I was getting high and drinking and stuff, but I would still go to the gym, I still would see some results. I was seeing I would see results. I'm like, man, this is crazy.
I'm looking all right.
Yeah, I'm not bad. I don't look. My face is sunk in for real. Yeah.
You ever try
I don't got no money. My account's negative, but you know what I'm saying?
I look like $1 million.
I look like $1 million. I look like $1 million. That's all that matters. As long as people see me and think that I look okay.
You accomplished the goal to put up that facade.
And so that allows me to get even more high.
Damn.
That allows me to get even more high.
Wow.
Now I could try something else.
Right.
I could try something else.
Cause now I got the look.
I fooled them.
Right.
I fooled them.
Yeah. They have no idea.
Yeah, they think I go to the gym and I work out.
Wow.
Which I do, but they don't know the other.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, so that means I can even I can do a little bit
more. Yeah, because it's not going to show.
And that's going to show. Yeah.
Wow. Damn, man, that's heavy,
crazy, man. And that's when I went to pills. I don't know where the hell that came from.
We talking what? Ecstasy, crystal,
Perks.
Perks, man.
Yeah, man.
Woo.
Oh man, that was
popping like vitamins.
Oh man, I remember one day I told my friend, one of my friends was asking me about getting high, some coke or something. I'm like, man, I don't mess with that no more. I'm on Perks. He was like, Perks? He said, I think they give them the cancer patients, bro.
Damn. Hey, you been diagnosed?
Yeah.
Something you need to tell us.
My thinking, I'm thinking like I done stepped up from, I don't mess with the coke no more, but I'm snorting Perks. Like, like bragging. This just didn't even. That's how far I was just going. How far I was gone, man. Bragging,
right?
Perk. Then I'm spending everything I had and more on pills.
Dang.
Oh, man.
Were you like working? Did you have like a job?
You know what? I've always, because I was I am a disabled veteran. So, Yeah, I've always been taken care of.
Oh, okay.
Man,
okay.
Much.
I'm like, how is he balancing this?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Is he going to work?
Yeah.
Like, how's he doing?
And that was another thing too. I had too much time on my hands. I had
nothing but time.
Man, that's all I. Yeah, so like the day before, I would already plan out how I'm gonna, where I'm gonna go get this drug from. I'm gonna get this little bit of money from, then pay him back. Like that was my day. That's harder than working a 9-to-5 construction, lifting blocks all day.
It sounds like your whole day is planned out about how I'm gonna get high today.
I'm gonna get high.
Did you ever get into any trouble with some bad guys?
Yeah, a few times. Not really bad guys. I knew who I could,
associate.
I knew who I could,
who to go to.
Yeah, who I could go to,
right?
And who would give me grace. You
know
what I'm saying? Who would be like, all right, Kendall.
Right, like,
you know what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
Yeah, come on, man. It's been all right now. Oh, I got you.
Yeah, right. See you next week. I got you. And then a lot of them, a few of them knew that I was a disabled veteran, and they knew I got paid on the first right.
So I could use that. Like, if it's the 28th,
they know.
Yeah, and I'm like,
he paid.
I get paid on the first, man. I only got a couple days. I got you.
Yeah,
like, that's true. You do get. All right, go ahead.
I'm gonna see you. I'm gonna catch up with you.
I'm gonna see you. Yeah.
Wow.
And it was times where, by the time I got my check, and paid out what I owed from borrowing all month, it was I would be almost broke again.
Like almost instantly?
Because I had to pay my debts. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta settle those debts.
Yeah, I gotta settle.
Don't want those problems.
Coming back on me, my kids, my parents are nuts. So I'm gonna at least pay my debts. But I had racked up so much during the month. By the time I pay my debts, it's like, I gotta start all over. So now it's a new bag of tricks and stories, and that you talking about a hard job, man. That was a hard job.
God, man. Shoot, man. We're gonna take a quick break here on Cloth Talk Podcast. We're gonna come right back. We got a lot more to talk about with Kendall. We just scratching the surface.
Tell them.
Yeah, man. We come back, we're gonna talk about how you came out of that addiction. And then we're gonna talk about this competition, this journey, how you found God.
That's what I'm talking about. Oh, that's
we gonna get into it all, man. Right. So now, if you are enjoying the podcast right now so far, don't go nowhere. Subscribe, like, comment. Where can they find you at, Kendall, if people want to reach out to you? Because you're not you're a different guy now.
Yeah, I am a different guy.
You gained a little local celebrity status.
Yeah, I'm Columbus. What they call Columbus popular?
Yeah,
a little bit.
Can people reach out to your
Facebook? Exactly. So
Instagram?
My Facebook is just Kendall Hill, Kendall Hill on Facebook, and then my IG is KHillX9, the number 9. And that's it, KHillX9.
There you go.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to reach out, man.
Yeah,
there may be somebody who's probably listening right now that's probably feel like they down and out. They probably in a dark place. Probably battling with addiction. Probably think it's over for them.
No, it's not.
You see him right here.
No, it's not.
Here's the testimony.
Yes, I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Each one teach one. We all vessels.
One love. Yeah, I love that.
That's right, man. We gonna be right back right here on Cloth Talk Podcast.
Screaming out like, who do you love? No IG. With all of these bras, I swear one of y'all coming home. Yeah. John Wall, I'm finna flex. If I'm with you, bitch, then I'm finna sex. I don't apologize for nothing in the past. Bad boy, I'm puffy combs in the flesh. Like, oh no. DJ knocking that new joint. Molly in a drink, now she tryna fuck. Shorty face down and the bottoms up. Loud in the air and the bottoms up. Like way up. See, I'm a real nigga, I don't chase them. Throw a couple dollars for a fast brick. Hit a 1-2, now that's a layup. Hater. Who do you love? Are you for sure? Is it me? Who do you love? as you got plans to bring your friends with you. Couldn't give a fuck if your man's with you. Girl, why you acting like I am with you? Yo, like you don't know. Getting bucky in the back of the photo. Got you missing from the party like we're homegirl. Ask shorty, can she take it? She like, oh no. The sky is the limit. Oh hell no, it isn't. A nigga, one moon and the stars. You know I got chips, is your Frito to lay up. Bars. Talking about who do you love? Baby, you know I'm the one. Talking about who do you love? Baby, you know I'm the one. Yeah. Who do you love? Are you for sure? Are you for sure? Who do you love? Are you for sure? Who do you love? Are you for sure? Are you? Who do you love? Who do you love, girl? Hey.
All right, and just like that, we are back right here on Cloth Talk Podcast. Oh, and to my artists, if you want to submit music to be played on the podcast, go ahead and submit that to Cloth Talk, the number 5 at gmail.com. If you are an independent artist, you want to get your music played right here on the podcast, go ahead and submit that to Cloth Talk, the number 5 at gmail.com. Please, in that email, MP3 file, name of artist, name of song, and your social media info. All right, here we go. All right, so we're back. Kendall is here, sharing this journey, this story, man.
Yeah.
Like walking us through it, man.
Walking us through
Step
it by step.
That's
yes,
right, man.
Yes.
So you battle this addiction for 20 something years. You know, you're spending your checks almost instantly, blowing your money. You done tried.
Yeah, shame the family.
Yes.
Shame the family.
6-7 drugs.
Oh man,
alcohol.
The lowest of the lowest. I was at the lowest of the lowest.
Man.
And when I hit that point, when I hit that real low, my wife passed. November 2016.
Yeah.
And when she passed, of course we have
how many children?
We have 7 together.
Oh wow.
But I had 9 total. But
Oh,
there
wow.
were 7 at the house living with us when she passed. There were 7 of us. Actually, I think my oldest might have moved out. Maybe 6 of us.
Okay.
6 of them living at the house when she passed. And when she passed, you know, the kids, it was crazy because the kids was like, you know, I'm the adult now. Because when my wife was there, I was really one of the children. I was honest. I'm not. I was literally
Dang.
one of the children. Like I didn't. Yeah, I was literally one of the children. She was taking care of all of us.
Wow.
Honestly, she was taking care of all of us, me included.
Dang.
Exactly. So when she passed, you know, they like, okay, Dad, it's your turn. I'm like, okay, it's y'all's turn.
Why y'all looking at me?
Why y'all looking at me? You know? Like, what do you think I'm gonna? And fine, I knew, you know, something that's like, okay, Kendall, you're supposed to fail because you're at the lowest in your life. You're not, you know, your income is going as soon as you get it. You're deep in your addiction. What are you gonna do? I was just like, okay, I'm gonna have to turn it around. I just gotta turn it around. I gotta stop these drugs. And I knew the only person that could get me to stop them drugs was God. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I had like been away from him and not had no relationship, not talked to him in so long. I was just like, I was scared to even ask him, like, man, because he stopped it before. It was really brief, but I prayed one night and I was sincere and I was crying. And that next day I was relieved. But once I thought I was all right, which was a week, I was right back into it for real. But I knew if I was sincere that he would do it. And so I just asked him. I was like, man, just just take it away. You know what I'm saying? Please. You know, and I didn't pray. I didn't get on my knees and be like, oh, Heavenly Father. I didn't go no deep prayer. Just listen, man. You know, they say you're supposed to talk to God like, and I just listen. I need some help.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, you know, take it away. You know what I'm doing. It's not right. You know? And I know it's not right. And I can't function. There's no way I could take care of these kids, this house, or anything with doing this. And I enrolled it because I'm a veteran. I enrolled at the VA and started going to drug and alcohol classes there.
Okay, so you enrolled yourself?
Yep. I called the VA and he's like, "Let's go."
Wow.
You know, instantly I knew it would be free if I went there through the VA.
Paid
so
for it.
and they would hold me accountable. And so I just went. And
how tough was that?
It was tough, man.
Relapse is a real thing.
Oh, relapse is so real. It was so, and I was so scared. I was so scared because it was cool when I first started because I would have some money, but then as soon as I had some money, I started itching like, okay, here it comes. But I just stayed faithful to him. I just prayed like, hey, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. And you know what? What happened was instantly, I think he knew I couldn't hold off too much longer. For real. Instantly, he just started blessing me. Like, he just, financially, he just started, he just like, I mean, because I didn't have no credit. I didn't have no payment history. I didn't have, I was just like, I didn't really have nothing but a checking account that stayed negative, for real. You know what I'm saying? For real.
Why
I had
took
a
care of
savings
everything?
account that probably had like $4.35. It's just like, I never really had, and then like instantly out of nowhere, he blessed me for them to turn the house over into my name. And then I was just like, I just want to move. You know, I need to move. And my dad is a realtor, and we called a realtor, and the realtor came out and was like, hey, you qualify for $300,000. I'm like, what? Run that Social Security number again. That can't be right. And it was true. Like, it was just blessings after, I don't know where. And that's why I knew it was him. You know, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
It's him. All right. I heard you. Okay. I see you.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't say no then. I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And the more I stayed faithful, the more he just like poured it onto me where I couldn't, like if I went back, I would just be totally disregarding.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like a sense of betrayal.
Oh man. And that's what
all this good I done for you.
Exactly.
And you gonna go ahead and do that.
And that's what I was thinking. Like, I don't want him to be mad at me.
Yeah.
For real. I don't want him to be mad at me.
Yeah.
And I got in the church. My wife, who I'm married to now, she got me going to this church, man.
How did you meet her?
Listen, we dated because we grew up in Southfield. We grew up in the same neighborhood as kids. She lived in another part of Southfield, and we kind of dated. Matter of fact, when I went to the military, she was the only woman that came over there to see me.
Really?
While I was in the military. Yeah.
Wow.
She came over. She flew over to Hawaii to see me, and we were kind of dating. But when she left Hawaii, it just kind of like
fizzled out.
Yeah, it just fizzled out. It just fizzled out, and I don't even know how she became my wife this time. It was just, it was a blessing.
There you go.
It was a blessing, flat out. It was a blessing. I was looking for somebody to do my daughter's hair, and I knew her. I knew she owned this, and so I called her, and I seen her picture on Facebook. I'm like, oh, she is beautiful. Like, she owns this salon. She got some money. She must got some money. Okay.
Let's do this.
Let's do this.
Your whole business.
I courted her. I really courted her, and God was the one who he told me, like, that's your wife. He's like, you gotta marry her. I'm like, what? He's like, you gotta marry now. You gotta tell her right now. I'm like, okay, let's get married. I was like, she was like, what? I was like, God just told me. I don't know, but I can't tell him no.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can't tell him no.
Right.
And
so you're literally at this point, you're just letting God just speak through you.
Man.
And you're being what they call obedient. You're not fighting it. You're just letting him work on me.
Just letting him work. I mean, because you always, and I will say,
that's a scary thing for people too.
Oh, it is.
Because you don't know.
You don't know.
You don't know the outcome.
You don't know.
It
You
takes
don't know.
what they say. Faith is the works. What's what they say? Faith is the something of
I know
works of something unseen, something like that.
Yeah, it's of the things unseen or something. Yeah, and but my grandmother, my father's mother was a true believer. She was the best herself, but yeah, she was a true believer. So every summer we used to have to go down there. We would have Bible study all day, every single day, and even growing up, my mom and dad, no matter what, even though I was 35, 40, living with them. You can do whatever you want. Sunday morning, be at church.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I would have to, if I go somewhere, I had to take my church clothes with me and tell the girl, like, listen, I got to be at church in the morning. We can kick it. We can do whatever. I got to be at church or I'm not going to have nowhere to live.
That's
you know what I'm saying? So I knew, I thank God they put that in me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I knew, like, he the only one that can bring me back. You know what I'm saying? Because every time he's brought me back. So
that's right.
He's the only one that can do it.
So you're just being obedient.
I'm just being obedient and just listening and reading my Bible and having a relationship with him. He really just like, I'm like, oh, so he is real. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, okay, yeah. Like I've seen it happen for other people. I've seen everybody say God did this and God did that. And okay, I'm a see.
Yeah.
You know? And I ran out of every other option. I didn't have no option. He was the last.
Wow.
Okay,
dang.
You're up, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Yeah.
You know what? This is what I want to ask you, right? Like, it just made me think. Like, going back to, like, going to rehab and checking yourself in. Like, I'm just curious to know, like, when a person who's battling with addiction, like, for so long, when you make that decision to, like, okay, I'm going to give this up. I'm ready to change my life and go in a different direction. You have to change your circle, don't you?
Oh, man. You do.
You got to cut a lot of people off.
You do.
You got to...
Yeah, you do.
You got to cut
that's the hardest thing, too.
That's what I was about to ask you. Like, that had to be...
Oh, wow. And that's why I've been to maybe 6 different rehab. I've been to rehab probably like 6 different times.
Really?
Yeah. I've been to the VA's rehab at least 3. I've been to like 6 different rehabs. And each time was for a reason. Like, okay, I might have had some DUIs or something, and I got to go to court. So my attorney's like, hey, you need to go to rehab. So when we go back in front of the judge, you know what I'm saying?
Court order.
That's why I go to rehab, make it look good. You know what I'm saying?
See how I went?
Yeah, see how you see I'm trying. You know what I'm saying? Then, like, if I was, like, really being out there, you know, if my wife was getting sad or something like that, I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to rehab. You know, just show,
I'm trying.
I'm trying.
But not fully committed to it.
Yeah, not fully committed. And not ever honestly being serious about it, not telling God, okay, listen. And not until I told him, and this was honest, and just like, come on, I need your help. Like, because I can't do this by myself. I'm trying, for real. I cannot do this by myself. I cannot do it by myself. And he looked out, man. He looked out. He was just blessing me and blessing me and blessing me. And I was like, well, I gotta stay clean. You know what I'm saying? I gotta stay clean. I gotta stay clean. And when I started to stay clean, you know, when you first get clean, cause when you're using, that takes up your whole day thinking how you gonna get the drug, where you gonna be comfortable and do the drug at, and how much money you gonna. So when I stopped all that, I had 24 hours on my hand to find out, like, what I gotta do. Yeah. I
so much time.
Oh man, it was so much time. But then I didn't even have enough hours in the day to finish what I had to do.
Damn.
As far as taking care of my business, I started like actually calling bill collectors, you know, trying to, you know, setting up payment. Just every day I was doing something, and going to the gym and then calling and then going to the gym.
Yeah.
having this meeting, just taking care of this, just getting this in order, getting insurance for my kid, just just it was something, man. And it was all new for me,
right?
I never took care of my business,
right? Your wife at the time did everything.
She just did everything. But thank God, I seen my parents do it, and they kind of helped me, walk me through it.
Oh, that's good.
At 40-something years old, still.
Most people would be ashamed to say that.
Oh man, man, I can't. I couldn't lie. I could, I could. Yeah. Still to this day, like they just thank God I had that backing, and they were very supportive. Never judged me, and just really every time I needed help, they were there, man.
Wow,
and
man.
Still are, man.
That's
a blessing.
great.
It's a blessing.
That's
a
great.
Real blessing.
That's great, man. So, when you're like doing the cleaning up phase, are those old demons still?
Constantly.
They're still there.
Yeah, constantly. Because you get to a point to where you be like, all right, I'm good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like I defeated it.
Yeah, I got a nice house. I got a nice car. I got life insurance.
There we go.
I got car insurance. My car is actually, I got light driver's license, and everything is like I got what I supposed to have as an adult. What they say. I'm in order. And so you like, okay. What?
I'm good.
And I got a little bit of money. Okay. Yeah. But I already know as soon as I thank God, like every day I do, I thank God that I struggled with drugs.
Really?
I thank God that I went through everything I went through.
Wow.
Because if I didn't know, you know what I'm saying, and I'm able to help my kids, I'm like, listen, let me tell you something. You trust me.
Right.
Trust me.
Yeah.
You think you got... Well, let me tell you something, bro.
Yeah.
Let me
Pop
tell you
done
something.
been through something.
I done. What you did, you will never do what I did. So, and I'm just telling you where it will take you. And I always tell them, like, that's why my parents could help me, because they never used. They didn't know what to do. Like, y'all got a father who knows about it all.
Yeah.
Be thankful that I can tell you, like, listen, that's not it. Or that is it. Yeah. Like, because I've been through it. Y'all see me go through it.
Right. Y'all was there.
Yeah.
Y'all was little, but
so you have no excuses.
That's right.
You have no excuses.
That's right.
I'm telling you right now.
Right.
I know where that would lead to.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you ever get to the points where, like, you didn't want to be here no more?
A few times.
Really?
Yeah.
It got that dark.
But I couldn't kill myself.
Could actually go through with it.
I would just,
but you would have those thoughts.
Yeah, I had those thoughts, like, because you get so far in the hole, you like, where I won't even start. Like, what's the first thing to do? You're so overwhelmed because you just let everything just go for so long. You're just like, where do I even start? How do I even get back on track for life?
Yeah.
How do I get back to life? How do I start living again? Because and that's what would keep me dark for so long, because I didn't know where to I didn't know, like, to go to my parents, like, hey, I got this problem. I didn't know what to do. I really didn't know what to do. And God was the only, still is the answer.
Wow.
He still is the answer, man. And I just wish, I'll be like, dang, I wish I would have had a relationship with him a long time ago. And I'm just reminded, like, maybe I wasn't supposed to, maybe I had to go through all of that stuff to appreciate where I'm at now and strive to be better. Like, it took long enough, what I'm saying? But yeah, it's fun. Life is fun. I didn't even know about living. Honestly, I didn't know about having a checking account. I remember I used to think, I thought people that would pay with a debit card or credit card was retarded. Like, where's your cash? You ain't got no cash? Like,
you pay for everything cash.
Yeah, I thought you had to go to the ATM, get cash, and then go pay. I never, like, why people got cards?
Cards, yeah.
Like, that's dumb to me. But that's how lost I was.
Right.
That's how lost I was. That's how lost I was. Didn't even know.
Wow.
Didn't even know what I didn't know, man.
Wow. When did you fully give your life to the Lord?
when I fully gave my life to the Lord, I'm gonna tell you something real quick. So
Yeah, good.
my wife took me. I guess she had been going to this church off and on, and the pastor of the church is her financial advisor as well. And when I first lost my wife, and I had a settlement coming for my knee, I had a knee replacement. And when I first lost my wife, I came into some money, and the settlement for my knee was coming. So she was like, well, I was like, listen, I got some money coming, and I need to know what to do with it real quick, because once it gets you know what I'm saying,
like,
so
I know
like,
me.
yeah, I already know me, especially that kind of. I was like, she was like, here, I'm gonna connect you with my financial advisor who's a pastor. And he called me one day, and he was the first thing he asked, can I pray for you? I'm like, yeah. And he just prayed, and man, he prayed so deep I couldn't do nothing but cry the whole time he was praying. I put the phone on mute and just bawling out, because he was just speaking to me. He was just like really wanting better for me. And we talked. So we eventually met, and he was like, why don't you come to church? I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll come to church. Because my wife never invited me. She never would invite me. Yeah, she didn't invite me. So, but that's why she introduced me to him, and she was going to let him invite me.
That's right. Yeah.
And he invited me, and it's a very, very, very spiritual, deep church. It's a small group. I remember the first night I went was prayer. It was a prayer meeting, and so all they do is pray for like an hour. So he would say, okay, we're gonna pray about this for 5 minutes, and all right, go pray. And so everybody started praying. Everybody's praying in tongues. I'm like, what the heck are they saying? I'm like, I had never heard that. And she was like, just pray. I'm like, I can't even hear myself. What are they talking about?
Right.
So I had to put my hands over my ears to block them out, just so I could. And that's all they do was pray. I mean, most of the time it's pray in tongues, and it kind of shocked me. I'm like, man, what kind of church is this?
Right. Like,
I'm like, well, this is new to me. Like, this is kind of crazy. Then the pastor was laying hands. What's it called? Slain in the spirit. He was laying hands on them, and they were really like passing out. I'm like, come on.
Like, what's going on?
I seen this on TV. You know what I'm saying? Like, and me and her discussed it. She's like, Kendall, it's real. I said, listen, if it's real, I want to experience it. I want to see. If it's so real, yeah, let's do it. Yeah. Let's do it.
You done challenge God.
Yeah, I done challenge. Yeah, I'm like, because I'm like, there's no way. Like, I done seen this on TV, on movies, on shows. Like, you can't tell me he just laid his hand and they passed out. You know what I'm saying?
Like, it's an act.
That doesn't happen. So a few weeks, she was like, okay. Sure enough, he called me up there. I'm like, okay, let's go. I'm bracing. I'm ready. He was just like, he put his hands on my temple with some oil, and he just yelled something, and I just like fell flat out on my back, man. And I'm like, hold up. I woke up like, hold up. No, come on. Somebody must have hit my knees from the back or something, because I know ain't no way. Man, he's like, bring him up. And sure enough, he did it. And I fell right down. My knees just buckled. And I just went blank for a minute. I'm like, oh. And I was embarrassed, because I told my wife, like, ain't no way I'll pass out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Dang.
And then that's when I was like, oh, this is real.
Wow.
Because I was trying to fight it.
Yeah.
I braced, man, I was bracing so hard, like, ain't no way I'm gonna fall. I was gritting my teeth. And sure enough, as soon as he did, I was like, oh.
Wow.
I was like, okay, I'm gonna really have to consider it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I thought I was deep by just praying and God blessing me, and I'm, not drinking and smoking and doing dope and all that. But I gotta go deeper. Yeah.
It's another level to it. Wow.
It's a whole nother level.
So right there at that moment.
Right there, I was just like, okay, this is,
I'm
this
fully
is it.
committed.
I'm fully committed. I gotta be.
Man.
I gotta be. And it's just been nothing but positive and blessings and just like affirmation after affirmation. It's just like, wow. This is crazy. It's new to me.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? This is all new to me. And I'm like, oh, this is what people talk about, why they love God so much. All right, that's why. Okay. I'm late, but let's go. I'm late, but let's go.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
wow.
I'm late, but let's go.
Amazing. Shoot, man. If y'all enjoy this conversation, subscribe, like,
woo, please,
hit
share.
hit Kendall up on the social media. We're gonna take another break. Let them know where they can contact you at again, man, and follow you.
It's Kendall Hill on Facebook, and then on IG is KHILL, the letter X, and then the number 9.
There you go.
IG.
There you go. Tap in, follow.
Yeah, please do. Please do. Please do.
Absolutely. And if you aren't following the podcast yet, make sure you go ahead and follow the podcast on Cloth Talk Podcast, everything, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here with the main man, Kendall Hill. We'll be right back.
The second that I tell them no, they gon' look at me strange. They gon' talk behind my back, they gon' say that I changed. They gon' say I'm acting different, I'm not acting the same. They gon' say I'm acting different, I'm not acting the same. You used to call me every day, but you stopped when it got rough. Really thought you had my back, I guess I wasn't enough. You used to call me every day, but you stopped when it got rough. I really thought you had my back, guess I just wasn't enough. All of my life it just been me and my mama. I've been dodging the drama, daddy never been around. I've been holding it down, so much weight on my shoulders, feel like I'm toting the boulder. Trying to make my way to the top, I'm getting closer and closer. Man, I can feel it, I'm getting closer. Man, I can feel it, I'm getting closer. Telling you I can feel it, I'm getting closer. Telling you I can feel it, I'm just getting closer and closer. I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer and 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 closer. I'm getting so close that I can smell it. I ain't fucking with these niggas, cause these niggas out here telling. Clutching whip is not a feeling. Oh no, I'm not a feeling. I been stacking all this paper. I got all these niggas jealous. They jealous, yeah. Boys out here hating on a nigga. All this ice, I be skating on a nigga. They out here scared of a nigga. I been stacking all this bread on a nigga. Getting closer. Bitch, I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer and 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 closer.
Man, Kendall Hill is still here.
I'm still here, y'all.
Man, last couple, what was it, 2 weeks ago? NPC All Ohio Show 2021.
Killed it, man. Killed it.
Masters Physique Champion.
Killed
Open
it.
Class A and Up Champion. 2
was-
wins in one night. First time ever doing this. Let's shout out before. You got the shirt on right now. Higher level. Shout out to Ray.
My coach, man, Coach Corey Ray.
There we go.
He represents Higher Level. I got his shirt on right now.
Yeah.
He's the most humblest trainer I've ever worked out with.
How'd you come across Ray? How'd you meet Ray?
It was funny, man.
Do y'all go back?
We go back quite a while, because he dated the girl he dated and the girl I was dating were like sisters. They were like best friends. And so they both moved to North Carolina one time, and me and him, because they were both in North Carolina, me and him sometimes would rent a car together and go down there and see him. And I knew him from high school here and there.
Y'all went to the same high school?
No, he went to Memphis. I can't remember what high school he went to, but he was an athlete. So his name was just all throughout every high school.
Everybody knew Ray.
Yeah.
Oh, Ray was a beast, huh?
Yeah, exactly. He could run, jump. He was just that. He was an athlete. So his name was known throughout high school. So I always heard of his name. Yeah. And then I met him one time, and we even hung out a couple times.
Nice.
Oh,
okay. So y'all got a
and
little
I knew
history.
he was a trainer. Yeah, and I knew he always stayed in shape.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He always stayed in shape. So I was just like, but that's how we started. That's how I was like, well, okay, I'm going to come to you.
Yeah. So you told him, well, first, what made you want to enter and register to become bodybuilding, to do all this stuff? What? Talk about that before we get to the whole training thing. What motivated that decision? Where did that come from?
Once I, because all I was doing was just working out. You know what I'm saying? I was just going to the gym every day, lifting weights, doing cardio, whatever he had me doing. I really had no purpose behind it. You know what I'm saying? I was just staying
going
in shape. Just going. I mean, you know, I guess I look good, and I was past that. You know, I was past looking good in my clothes. I was just like, what am I? And he was just like, man, you know, maybe you should do a show. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, let's do a show. And when I said yeah, I didn't really mean yeah. I was just like, you know, yeah, okay.
Kind of blow it off.
So he don't keep talking about it. Yeah, okay, yeah, we'll do a show. And so we just started, you know, and then some of the people that we worked out with was like, I heard you doing a show. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do this show. Yeah. So I had talked so much trash, you know what I'm saying? But I knew also what I was doing. I was like, if I put it out there, you know what I'm saying, where I can't take it back, I'm gonna be forced to
follow through with
and
it.
That's why and I have to be held accountable no matter what.
Now we could tell people how old you are.
Yeah.
To make this decision.
Yeah. I will be 52 October 7th. 52.
This man won competition at 52 years of age.
Man. Yeah, just out of the blue. And we when we started, we was getting ready to do the show, and then the COVID hit. So that kind of like, you know, and I was happy. Because I really wasn't ready for it.
Oh, you wasn't ready.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then after the COVID, the talk it came back up, and then I started telling people, like, I started telling my parents, telling my wife, I'm gonna do this, you know, and I had to talk so much trash. So then I was like, and they gonna hold me accountable. You know what I'm saying? They will hold me accountable. They gonna make sure. So then I had to go.
You hyped it up so much.
To where I had to force myself. When I first got clean, real quick, I remember I told my kids, I was like, listen, I have 1 day clean. And then the next day I have 2 days clean. And so I would let them know. We would talk about it. And they was like, how many days you got that? 10? You know what I'm saying? And then where they would just keep count themselves because I knew they was going to hold me accountable. I knew. If I told them how many days I got clean, I knew after so long, I knew they would keep them count themselves. I knew. And that was the only way I could hold myself accountable is let them know so they could let me know. No. Yeah, like
wow. Like a reverse trick.
Exactly. And I was dead on every time. How many days you got that? I'm like, I was on. And you know, it just And also that was my trick for myself always. Like
you like trick yourself into
all the time. Because I knew, all the time. People be like, you train? I'm like, no, I pay a trainer. Why do you pay a trainer? You're like, because if I pay a trainer, I'm gonna have to go.
You're forcing yourself to commit to it. I can't back out of it because I'm invested in it now.
I don't pay too much money. I don't pay because if I don't know, I couldn't. There's no way I could get no equipment at my house. I would not. It would just collect dust, and I would not go to the gym by myself and work out. I already know because I'll fall off. So if I do something to where I gotta go.
Trainer will hold me accountable.
I gotta do this because I done paid so much money. Right. I gotta do this show because I done, bought so many supplements and spent so much time and sacrifice. I gotta do it now.
So talk about so you decide to jokingly you're like we'll do the comment. It is like fuck, it's real now.
It's real.
Like, all right, guess we going.
It start getting down to it. So, you know what I'm saying? It start getting down to it.
Take us through, like, what it takes to be disciplined.
That's discipline, man.
16 weeks, right?
16. That's what I guess, because this was all new to me. So I would hear, because I follow some of the professional physique bodybuilders on Instagram, and I would hear they would do prep for 11 weeks, 12 weeks or whatever. But my coach decided 16 weeks. I don't know why. And I was like, okay, that's cool. So when I found out from what I was learning is that going in prep is kind of like dieting. It's a lot of meal planning, a lot of strict dieting, no salt, no sugar.
What are you eating?
Barely nothing. No, I was eating when my first diet he gave me, it was like chicken breast or flank steak, sweet potatoes, brown rice, something green, broccoli, asparagus, spinach, whichever, something green, protein shakes. And so I was eating. Yeah. I was honestly eating, but it's something about that meal planning, eating on schedule every 2 hours. Evidently it's a science behind it.
Wow.
Because it just kicked in and just started working, just as my coach said.
Wow.
Just as he said. He was like, if you do this is what's going to happen. And I remember looking at my body a lot, because I stayed in the mirror. I stayed in the mirror. And I'm like, if I didn't see something change, if I didn't see it, and I looked real hard for it, and then I would be unmotivated. But every day I was like,
seeing something
change. I was like, okay, he might be right. He might be right. Like, this is really, so that's what kept me so, I was like, oh, this is really happening. Like, I was really seeing my muscles popping out, my stomach shrinking, my waist shrink. Like, it was really happening literally in front of my eyes. I'm like, oh, let's go. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? So that was just like, let's go, yeah. So that next day I'll go to the gym, I'll be even more fired up, man. I'm trying to lift the whole gym now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's go. And then I wrestled in high school. And in high school, wrestling, we had to, what they call cut weight. Yeah, you had to, I wrestled, the weight class I wrestled was 112, but my normal weight was probably like 130. So every week I was like starving myself, wearing plastic. Yeah, I was losing like 15 pounds a week.
Damn.
So exactly, it was. But then
painful.
But then as soon as Friday hit or Saturday after I weigh in and eat, I would be 20 pounds heavier, and I had to do it all over again next week. So with this, I was just like, okay, I'm gonna go back to wrestling. I know you can't eat. Yeah. Sometimes you can't eat salt. Sometimes you can't drink water. Sometimes you gotta cut it off at 6:00 p.m. Yeah. Let's go. Let's try.
Yeah. So you tapped into that.
Yeah, just tapped into it.
Yep.
And I got the results was pop, every day. I was just like, now I'll go back and be like, Coach Ray, I was in the mirror and look, he's like, I told you. like, man, I didn't think that was gonna happen. Like, I did never see it here. And then every day it was just like, okay, let's go.
Wow.
Let's go.
So comes competition day. What's going through your mind the day of competition? The day this event happens.
It really.
What was that day like?
That day, it was honestly. It started. The competition was on a Friday, so that Monday, my coach gave me my last diet. He was like, "This is what you're gonna do Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and this is what you're gonna eat." And he gave it to me, and I'm looking at it like, "What is this?" Like, he had me eating dry oats, like oatmeal, but you don't add no water, just a half a cup of dry oats. I'm like, I'll tell you what. Wow. I asked my wife, I was like, you think this is a joke? You think he really know what he's doing, or he just trying some shit? You know what I mean? Trying some shit. Because I ain't never seen nobody eat no dry oats.
Right, like,
and asparagus and 3 eggs. Just the shit he was telling me to do. I'm like, man, I tell you what. I ain't say nothing to him, but I was like, I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do what you said I should do. Because if it don't work, I'm going to come back on you, bro.
Like, you had me eating dry oats,
exactly. Hell no. Yeah. Like, I got to win now.
Made 4th place.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, that whole week, the diet, and then the next day it was even less. Then the next day it was even less. And I'm like, man, but I seen what he was saying coming into fruition. I'm like, okay. Yeah. So the day of the show, I get up like, I'm kind of nervous.
Butterflies.
But I go to the bathroom. I'm looking in the mirror like, we got this.
You look good. You feeling confident?
Yeah, I'm feeling confident. And I knew I done sacrificed, like,
putting that work.
Yeah, after tonight I can eat. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking like I can drink some Kool-Aid. You know what I'm saying? I can have some sugar, some salt. That's what I'm thinking about. Like, let's hurry up and get this shit over.
I just want to be done.
Yeah, I just want to be done. Yeah. So I get there, I check in, and it's a little. I'm a little intimidated because it's my first show ever, and everybody's moving as if they done it before. So I'm trying to like not be singled out. So I'm just following in line, like I know what the hell I'm doing. I'm lost. I'm really lost, bro. I'm really, really lost. And I think they can, after a while they can tell, but I had to go get tan. To get tan, man, you had to get butt naked. No. You know what I'm saying? Butt ass naked in this little, like, tent. and you just you close your eyes and hold your neck up, and they just spraying you with this gun, and the spray is super cold and just like, so you can imagine how I felt. I'm like, oh hell no. Then after they put that coat on, then you got to stand in front of a fan for a half hour,
let it dry,
and then you got to come back for your second coat. So this is all an experience. I'm like, man, this shit, who would do this shit time after time after time? Like,
makes you respect them more.
Like
you really got
and for life, for the rest, like, you know, I never comprehended. You know, I was just thinking, like, you know, if to do something like this, there's a lot of sacrifice. To sacrifice like this, I have to win.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't do this for a whole year and then go in there and not get something.
Like, the uncertainty has to go.
It has. I was like, there's no way I'm going to follow all these meal plans, lift all this weight, sacrifice, spending time with my family, doing this, going to the sauna. There's no way I'm going to do that for a whole year and a half and walk off that stage and not, like, I couldn't, it didn't even register.
Yeah, I sacrificed too much.
Yeah, so I early on I said, I'm winning.
You claimed it.
Yeah, I was like, I'm winning. I was telling my pastor, like, man, make sure you, because I'm winning. He's like, man, you sure you're going to win? I'm going to win.
Think about that confidence, though. Yeah. Never being in a competition, not knowing what to expect, man, and claiming it over people who've done this before. Claiming it. And it happens.
And it happened. And you know, I knew it was God. I used to tell my pastor, like, he's like, so what makes you so sure? I was like, because God, you know, he assured me. Like, you know, he just gave me a peace. Like, don't even worry about it. You did the work. And I would see, and I would just see it in the mirror, like, oh, I do look good.
Right. Like, hold up, like,
and I would get, and I would hear, and I would hear other guys like, oh, hell, man, you look fucking good. I'm like, really? Man, yeah, you look good. And nobody ever knew my age. And I remember that when I told them my age, they was like, no fucking way, dude. Like, yeah, man, I'll be 52 next week. And like,
God damn,
man. And so listen, real quick. When I registered for it, there's a master's division, and that's for 35 people, age 35 and up. I was like, okay, I'm 51, turning 52. I'm definitely do this for 35 and up. And then there's an open division where it's 18 and up. I was like, well, I'm gonna compete against them too. You know what I'm saying?
You got some balls.
Like, let's go.
Like them young boys.
Like, cause you know it ain't enough just to say I beat the 35 and up. Like, what if I beat?
I'm coming for y'all too.
At 52. What if I do that? So I just registered for that too. Like, let's go.
You're like, what the hell?
Let's go. And when I got there, man, I was just like, I got so many like other guys, trainers was looking at me like, hey man, you got a nice body. Like, thank you. And I would go in the bathroom. This dude was like, holy fuck, dude. I'm like, what? He's like, dude, you look fucking awesome. I'm like, that's why I was like, oh, it's on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
like,
if there's
I'm like, oh, it's on.
Yeah.
It's on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't wait to get up on the stage because too many people. I done heard too much confirmation. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and I knew how much work I put in. I was like, oh, it's on.
It's on.
So get up there and just do your thing, man. And
hit the poses.
That shit out, man. I got up there. You know what I'm saying? And it does help when you confident. I was like, I'm not going to lose. I can't lose because I done told too many people. You know what I'm saying? I done told too many people. Yeah. And when I did the first was masters. Okay. We went first. It was 35 and up, and it was like maybe 12 contestants, 12 total of us, and 6 on this line, 6 on this line. So we all had to do our individual. Then we had to line up together. And we had to do the front pose, the back pose, front pose, back pose, and they just compared us. And you know, I just knew. I couldn't see what my back looked like, but I knew. I felt it.
You felt it,
man. Nobody's gonna beat me. So we came back up there for finals. They said the top 5, you know, get a prize. I'm like, well, at least I will get some. I know. I gotta get top 5. Yeah, I gotta get top 5 for sure. When they got down to like they call 5th place, 4th place, they called 3rd place, and I'm looking at who's left. I'm like, well, I should win first. You know what I'm saying? When they got to 3rd place, I'm like, I should be 1st place then. Right. And sure enough, man, they was like, and the winner is, I'm like, hell no.
Damn.
Wow, this is crazy. Like,
did it hit you right there?
It did. Like, thank you, God, because you told me I was going. Like, thank you,
Wow.
man. I didn't remember. I had told. Remember we had, and I was like, man, hey, you know what? But what I'm trying to figure out is what I'm gonna do when they tell me I win. If I'm gonna fall out, pass out, and cry.
Yeah, I remember we talked about that.
Like, am I gonna cry? Am I gonna fall out on the stage? You know what I'm saying? But I couldn't. I was just like, let's go.
Yeah.
And they held up my hand, gave me that man. I'm like, wow. Then I go backstage and he's like, okay, next division, and it was 18 and up. I get right back up there and line up. We do the same thing, and they call my name again for first, man. I'm like, this is crazy. Like, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Like, I called it. I called this shit, and I did it.
I did it.
Let's go.
That's right. I'm done.
I'm done. And
wow.
Yeah, man, that was just the most exhilarating feeling. And my family, my mom, my dad, my sister,
Everyone was there.
my coach, my pastor, members from my church, Pastor Alvin. That shout out to my pastor, Pastor Alvin at SRM Soul Restoration Ministry. But yeah, man, he was there.
That's amazing.
And and my wife, she's like, Kendall, you know what? Everybody was here to support you. Everybody was coming to watch you, and they was gonna be here no matter what. But none of us had a plan on you actually winning. She's like,
wow.
We was glad that you was participating.
Yeah, like, we're glad you're in it.
You're trying, you done came a long way from where you used to be and so, but we really didn't think you was going to actually win it for me.
Right.
Like, we're kind of shocked. And I'm like, I told y'all I was going to win. I told y'all I was going to win. And I was done after that. I was like, man, fuck this show shit.
Right, I'm not doing this
I'm not
again.
doing it. Just, like, that's too much. That's way too much. And just the response that I got from it, all the people that was motivated and inspired, people that I didn't even know, I was like, okay, God, you ain't gonna let me out of it like that, huh? And then my pastor used to always tell me, like, Kendall, people are given a platform to share the word, you know what I'm saying? And I was just like, maybe this is my platform. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe there's something behind this bodybuilding thing. Maybe people will, because people are listening to me now.
That's right.
Like,
it'd be those things that you at least expect, like this
bodybuilding.
Like,
when I was done with this shit, like, I couldn't wait to be done with this competition because I was done. But then I was, and a friend texted me this morning, one of the guys who got me going to rehab and got me going to church. I texted him my pictures and I was like, man, remember that competition I showed you about 6 months? I was like, I entered it and I won. And he texted me right back. He said, Kendall, this is your ministry. And I pulled over and just started bawling, crying. Like, what? He's like, this is your ministry. And I was already thinking, like, man, I think I can use this to bring people to the agenda of God. I think, I believe, like, because that's where it started.
Yeah.
It wasn't no bodybuilding, wasn't no all that cycle. It was God. That's what happened first. Very first. That was the first thing that happened. Wow. Once I did that, once I turned my life over to him, it was like it's not all easy. Yeah. I don't want to get it twisted.
Right.
You don't think you're gonna turn your life over to God and you're gonna win $1 million. No. It's not. It requires work. But it's a whole lot easier.
Yeah.
Trust me, it's a whole lot easier.
Let him take the wheel.
Yeah, let him take the wheel. Let him take the wheel. And for real. And if you do, and if you're obedient, he has no choice. He can't even. Yeah, he has no choice because that's what he said he's gonna do. So he gotta do. And my pastor's like, he gotta do it. He got to. Like, okay. Yeah. He taking a little bit long, but okay. Yeah. And he, bam, and he's just been doing it. And I'm like, okay, I have to serve him, man.
Man. Well, why do you think people have a tough time being obedient?
Because it's not the way of the world. I believe. I believe what's going on now in social media and on the news and just everyday life, that's not what's being pushed. You know what I'm saying? What's being pushed is not good, honestly. What the money is actually behind is not all and I think that's people are caught up in the way of the world, and I get it.
Yeah. You get sucked into it.
You get sucked into it. And why wouldn't you? Because that's the way it is. And that's how, like, for real, I was just like, okay, I've been for 30-something years. How am I going to be if I give my life to God? I was scared to give my life to God because I thought I was going to be square. And, just like, like, I got to go to Bible study. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't want to be that person to be like, I can't do that. I can't do that. But I didn't lose myself.
Wow. I think people have this stigma with it. Like if you're like a follower of God or Christ and you go to church and you're faithful, you're being obedient, that you can't enjoy life anymore.
Yeah.
Like,
all right. I have to laugh because that is the truth, because that's what I believed for so long. That's what took me so long to, like, what you mean you can't go see the bitches? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? All right, we're going then. I see you. I see. Yeah, nigga, we get to go. Yeah, that's what we get to go do.
That's right.
Yeah, but that always led to some negative, like,
poor decision making.
Man, not one time was one of my negative decisions ever turned out. Not once. It always was bad. So, what kind of, is that luck, or is that that's just how it goes? And then once I started being obedient and doing the right thing, then the right shit was happening. I'm like, well, why would I go back and do the wrong shit if it's the right? And it causes me to, live life easier. Like, I never thought I could be honest. Man, when I was on drugs, you talking about a lie. To where I think my lies was, you had no choice but to believe, because I practiced.
Believe the lie.
Because you might ask this, I don't got you. Okay, I got you. Blah, blah, blah. And then you're like, well, what about, because I was already thought about that. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? I got you. My lie is deep. You got
yeah, you had it down pat.
I got it, yeah. And living like that, you be so boggled down. And when you could just tell the truth and not worry because you didn't do nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I never understood, like, why people tell the truth? You're going to get in trouble if you tell the truth.
Oh, y'all doing it backwards.
Yeah, you're doing it backwards. But once I was honest, man, life just changed, man. And it just doesn't make any sense for me to go back.
Yeah. What they say, lean not on your own understanding.
Yeah, on your own understanding, for real. And you cannot figure it out.
You'll never figure it out.
I would be like, okay, God, this is what I want. But this is how I'm going to do it. But this is what I want. Yeah, I'm going to do it myself. Yeah, but this is how I want. So I was just like, okay, well, you show me. Don't take all day. Just show me. Show me. And honestly, I really, I applaud those who get really deep and have those deep prayers and have that, go in their closet and have that one-on-one with God for hours and hours at a time. That's cool. But it don't take all that. It don't take all that.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is say thank you.
That's it.
Yeah. And know that while you're thanking him, you know what I'm saying? Just say thank you. And just I appreciate it, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how I thank you. I know you did that. I know you did that because nobody else had done that. Yeah. I appreciate it. I thank you. I love you, and I'm gonna keep serving you. And just keep it moving. You ain't gotta be all deep. And for those who are, that's fine too. I'm just not that deep. Person,
right?
And I'm not saying I won't be, but I'm just right. Yeah, I know what it takes, and it just takes the acknowledgement.
Yeah. So with that being said, are we going to see you on the stage again?
Yeah,
you going to ride it? You going to do it?
I gotta go.
So is this a career?
This is about to be a career, man.
Oh my God!
And this is about to be a career.
Cloth Talk exclusive.
Oh my God! Yeah, I just said it, and you know what? I just tricked myself. Now I gotta do it.
And it's documented.
I did it. Now I gotta do it.
Cameras, it's documented.
Everything. Yeah, I can't go back. I gotta do it. Yeah, man. God,
you're gonna make this a career.
I'm gonna make this a career, man.
Wow.
I wanna go professional. I wanna compete in the Masters, and I'm just like, why not? And I was telling my wife, I was like, well, what if this ain't what God wanted me to do? She's like, well, he ain't give nobody else as much time as he gave. You don't got nothing to do but get up and be gone all day and work out and eat right. And she was like, people got jobs, people got to go to school, they got family, they got to do, like, you got that time. Like, you got it. You know, you got it. I'm like, okay. Wow. And I've just been getting signs. It's like, and he been talking to me, and I'm like, okay, all right, man. And I was like, I can't tell him no.
Right.
Right. Just can't. Yeah, I can't tell him no. Wow. It's going to take a level of discipline for sure. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And for it to go where I want it to go, because I really do. I just want, if nobody gets into bodybuilding or wants to even get in shape, which I advise people to do, you know, just give your life to God. I just try it. Just try it. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was like, you know what? I done tried every drug, I done tried every woman, I done did it, every alcohol there is, whatever I have so why not try this? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? All that. I done tried all the stuff that I knew. That I knew. Let me try this. Let me try it. Let me just try it. At least I can say I tried it. Yeah. And when I tried it,
look what happened.
And he never failed. So I'm just like, okay.
Wow. Yeah. Your story is a true testament to, like, you think your life may end up a certain way, but there is a whole nother plan that you're not even seeing.
You're not even seeing, man. and you have to let go. What they say, let go and let God, and that's you know, and then He'll show you. And I love actually going to the gym. You know what I'm saying? Because they, like, you know, he'll give you something you love to do, and still it'll process. And I'm like, what? And I love going to the gym. I was just like, let me make this work. This can work.
It's a natural thing.
This can work. I love it. I'm not going to stop. You know, I inspired too many people. Too many people are like, so when are you doing the next one? So how did you do this? And I'm like, damn, I can't quit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I didn't plan on all that, but I guess.
But no, let me go. So we've been trying to see when I'm going to do the next show. As far as the bodybuilding world go, they said the season is pretty much ending. So and with Christmas and Thanksgiving coming up, my mind is not there to do a show before then. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even going to trick myself into it. So I was just like, you know, I'll get past Thanksgiving, get past Christmas, and let's go full go next year. But I'm in the gym right now, full go.
Nice.
And I'll start meal planning here in about 2-3 weeks, and it'll be gradually. But I'll be back on there real soon.
I can't stop. That's amazing.
Yeah,
that's amazing. Got a taste of that win. Woo, can't stop.
I can't stop.
He said he forgot the trophies today, ladies and gentlemen. He was gonna bring the trophies, but he forgot.
Yeah, and I've been carrying them around in my car for about a week. Everywhere I walk in, I put them on. They like clank, 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 clank. Like, they like, where? I was like, hey, I won these. First time ever competing. Let's go. Yeah, people are like, but you can't take that away from me. And I'm like, wow. And I told so many people, like, man, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win. I'm not playing. I'm serious about this. I'm gonna win. And look at God. You know what I'm saying? That's man. What's up, man. So
awesome
I can't
story.
stop. I'm ready to. I can't wait. I can't wait to step on the stage again. I can't wait to step on the stage. I will say it's costly as well.
I say,
you know, I was like, you gotta have a sponsor. People that do this for a living, those professionals. I'm like, ain't no way in hell I would go through this and lose. You know what I'm saying? Spend all my money on tanning, waxing, dieting, and this and shorts and all that, and then walk off the stage after a year of work, and like it didn't make sense to me. Not time after time. So I'm like, no, I have to. Every time I'm in that gym, I just gotta like close my eyes. I gotta pray first and just stay focused. Like, okay, this is for real.
Buckle down.
This is for real. I ain't no just half-ass.
Like we don't half-ass over here.
Can't half-ass because I will lose. You know, half-ass.
And I've been through too much.
I've been through. I lost my whole life. I remember my life coach told me the other day. He was like, Kendall, you needed this win, and he was like, I was waiting on you to get a big win. He's like, because so long in your life you've lost, taking L's, and so I dwelled on all them L's, and now he was like, and now you got a big win, and it's time to turn it around and go forward with it, you know, and forget all about all that. And I was like, I'm not going to ever forget about because that's why I'm here, for real. Like, I will not. I can't. I love my background. I love my past. I
Yeah.
love it. I embrace it. You know, that's why I'm not afraid to
That's
tell
right.
because
That's good.
it keeps me free.
That's
You know what
right.
I'm saying? It keeps me free. Like,
That's right.
Yeah. Like,
Right.
oh, you the one that was on the podcast said he snort coke. Yeah, you want to know how much I snorted?
That's
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Like, let's talk
let's
about
talk
it.
about it. Because
And I'm not ashamed anymore.
I don't care. Yeah.
Yeah.
I turned it around.
Right.
I turned it around.
Right. It's amazing, like how
Turned it
you
around.
at those times when you was, in that addiction phase, like you was ashamed of yourself.
Yeah,
And now look how it
It
turned.
flipped at 52. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
At 52, because by now I could have been giving up. Like,
Yeah.
oh, this ain't nothing gonna happen. And at 52, that's why I was like, oh, God is good. Like, you can go your whole life just struggling and down and dumps, and then overnight, overnight, and you're like on to the races. Like, you forgot all about what happened. Yeah, because overnight it'll give you that
Man.
that change.
Man, we got a new segment here on the show, Kendall, that we just started last show.
Okay.
It's called, what is it called? Because the last guest named it Quest to Quest Guest Bowl. So what it is, each guest writes a question down and they put it into a bowl, and the next guest who comes on the show has to pick a question from the bowl, read it out loud, and answer it. So at the end of this, when we wrap, I want you to think of some questions to write down, and we're going to add it on. So you're about to play right now.
All right, let's go.
And then we're going to wrap the show up. So right now, we're going to play Quest to Quest Guest Bowl with Kendall Hill.
Let's get it. I'm ready.
Let's do it.
Come on, good question.
There you go.
Come
All
on,
right,
good
so I'm going to hand you that. So it's all types of questions in there. I have none. Take the phone. Hold on. Because I want you to shuffle it. Yep.
Right.
Yeah, I want people to see you shuffle it. For those who are watching on YouTube. Yep. Don't look. There you go. Yep. Pick.
Right.
There you go. You can pick one. I'll take the bowl from you. All right. Go ahead and read that out loud for the people.
All right.
Who we got?
There is a shooter at the school. You can save your niece and let the rest of the students die. Or you can let the shooters or you can let the shooter sacrifice your niece and save everybody else in the school.
Wow.
Whoa.
That's heavy.
Mmm.
Got it. Woo.
Mmm.
Quest to Quest Guest Bowl.
Who wrote this question, man? Come on. Oh, wow.
Previous guest. Read it again for the people.
Okay, yeah, one more time.
That's heavy.
I knew I would pick the heavy question. Wow. There's a shooter at the school. You can save your niece and let the rest of the students die. Or you can let the shooter sacrifice your niece and save everybody else in the school.
Go ahead and drop that back in the bowl.
Yeah.
God damn.
You ripped that question up, man. Nobody else should have to grab that
That's
one,
a
man.
tough one.
Yeah. Okay. Honestly, my first thought was, of course, I'm gonna save my niece. But looking at a bigger picture and being older and a lot more wiser, and in a word,
that's tough.
God,
man.
don't ever let this happen.
Yes,
But I would sacrifice my niece.
wow.
Only because there'll be a lot more happy people than it would be sad. I'm almost about pleasing the masses. Yeah. I'm almost about pleasing the masses, and I would just hope that same thing would happen if it was somebody else for me. So that was hard. Now, had you asked me about 3 years ago, my niece, without a doubt, maybe even a couple years ago, like without a doubt, like please,
I'm sorry, everybody.
yeah, sorry,
that's baby girl.
Yeah, exactly. But just being a little bit more,
wiser,
being wiser,
looking at the bigger picture,
just the bigger picture. At the bigger picture, I never look. It was all about the next 2 hours for me. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
The next 2 hours. I remember my dad used to be like, boy, in order to do something, you got a plan. And I remember one time he bought my mom a Mercedes for her birthday. Surprised her for her birthday. And I remember this nigga playing for about 3 or 4 years when he first started you know what I'm saying? Just like, and I'm like, what if you're not living? And through, you know, it never, but it always worked out for him planning.
Wow,
you know,
yeah.
he planned. And it didn't hurt him financially. I'm sure it was probably paid for by the time he actually you know, because he started 3 or 4 years ago. And I'm like, the hell with planning, man. You know, what's going to happen to the next 2 hours? You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to, but now, I have patience and thank God for his grace and mercy that I'm able to plan and actually see it come into fruition by planning. So
Amazing.
It's a whole new life for me.
That's
you know?
right.
And I'll be like, wow, what took me so damn long to get here? You know what I'm saying? Like, I missed it. And that's why I be telling my sons, like, listen, do it right now.
Yeah.
That way, by the time you 25, 30, you be good. Don't wait till you're 50.
That's right.
And trust me.
Like, look at that.
Like, if you ain't learned nothing else, do it right now.
That's right.
Change it right now because it gets harder and harder and harder. And what y'all facing out here, what these young people are facing out here compared to what it's a whole nother level. And I'm glad I'm not. Yeah, this is different.
Would you rather grow up in the generation you grew up in or today's generation?
Oh, without doubt, my generation. I couldn't even make it. I couldn't make it in this generation.
Couldn't do it.
I couldn't do it. And I don't understand them. They don't understand me either. So you know, yeah.
Oh,
I'll be
man.
like, what? What? They don't understand. They probably the same. I'm sure they're like, why he? Yeah. So I don't understand them. They don't understand me. You know, I just try to just have a relationship with my kids. That's what, you know, because there's so much crazy stuff going on. I'm like, man, listen, you know, I wish somebody would have told me, but you get a relationship with God. You know, I'm not saying all your bills gonna be paid. I'm not saying you're gonna get a new car. I'm not saying none of that. Matter of fact, life might get worse for you, but you will. You got something to hold on to, man. And I don't know how else to tell you.
Yeah.
What to tell you. You know what I'm saying? And look at what's going on with me. You know, they think I'm rich. I'm like, no.
Right.
I was like, that's just God's making it look like I'm rich.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
right.
And I'm comfortable and I'm able to help y'all, but only because of him. So do it right now.
Yep.
That way, you know, you'll be good.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Do it before I die, please. Let me die in peace. Make sure you're saved, and then I can go in peace. I can.
That's
go
right.
Easier,
That's right. So, so final words for people. If there's anyone like listening or watching, and they're here, they done heard your story. You know, they done heard what you done been through. You walked them through it all. You know, from the drug addiction, from feeling ashamed, from losing, you know, your first wife, having to become an adult in your 40s, finding God, letting him use you, being obedient, surrendering, the whole thing. If there's anyone out there listening that's like even probably battling addiction or struggling, you know, in their life, feeling like it's over for them, you know, what final words do you want to leave the people with out there that's probably tuning in? It's real simple, but it's like just don't give up. You know, it's really, I know it sounds like, that's cliche, you know what I'm saying? But it really is the truth. Like, just don't give up. You just can't give up. You're not the only one using drugs. You're not the only one struggling. Trust me. You're not. And it's okay. You know, because people, I remember one time, and I don't mean to go back into this, but my mom, one time I was in rehab at the VA Chillicothe, and she was just like, we were talking, and she was just like, you know, Kendall, I just don't understand, you know, why, you know, if it's messing you up so bad and you're struggling, so why are you doing it? I was like, because it's an addiction. Like, you know, like, I don't know. I'm not saying I love struggling. I'm not feeding into this. I don't know why I'm doing and people don't understand. Once it got a hold of you,
it got a hold of you, and people don't understand. So you can't try to please everybody. Please don't do it for nobody else but yourself. Please don't do it. And now with all these rehabs that's going on, I know it's COVID and it's kind of hard, but listen, they have meetings, they have Zoom meetings, they have all. If you tap into it, you can't lose. You know, you can't lose. I have my son, who's an alcoholic.
Really?
Yeah, I was my first son, my firstborn,
the oldest.
Kendall. Hill Jr.
Kendall Jr.
Kendall Hill Jr.
Battle
And I remember he was
alcohol,
like, I'm not an alcoholic. I said, your dad's an alcoholic. Your name is Kendall Hill Jr. You're doing the exact same thing I did to a T. Like you're not even skipping a beat. You're just like, yeah, you're following in my footsteps literally.
Damn, like someone printed you out of the machine.
Exactly. So I get it. I understand you don't want to, but that's what you are.
What they say that the first thing is denial.
And I was like, and you just, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what? What I'm going to do is the same thing my parents did. Because what took me so long is because my parents always saved me. You know, when I got DUIs, they paid for it. You know, they got an attorney. When I didn't pay my car, I never struggled.
What did your parents do?
I never. My dad's a sales engineer, and my mom retired from the school system.
Okay,
but my dad probably was the real bacon.
Yeah. Bring
so
home the bacon.
the serious bacon. So I never struggled. So that's what kept me, like, I thought they was gonna be there forever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I found them and me doing it for my son Kendall. I was like, you know what we gotta do? We gotta cut him off.
Let him find his way.
Yeah. We gotta cut him off. Let his electric get cut off. Don't get it cut back on. Let his phone get cut off. Don't cut it back on. Let his gas get cut. Don't cut it. Let him sit over there in the dark.
Ooh, a lot of people will look at that like, oh, you don't love him.
Yeah, oh yeah, no. Cause you know what? He's 20 something, and I'd rather let him do it right. Get figure it out right now.
Go through it.
Because if we keep paying it, why the hell would he ever work? You know what I'm saying? If he could come to us every month, like, I need my rent, my car, my gas, and we give it to him. Well, why else? He would be stupid to stop. You know,
it's called enabling.
Yeah, he would be dumb to do it on his own.
Yeah.
So let's let him fall all the way off. And as soon as he fell all the way off, I remember he's like, Dad, my cable got cut off. Well, I ain't got no money, Kendall. Well, my phone got cut off. Oh, I ain't got no money. You know, finally, he was sitting in the dark and he's like, I gotta go to rehab. I forced it. Where he didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
He didn't have a choice.
Wow.
He had to go.
Dang.
He had to go. And he thanks me. He's like, he's doing the bomb. He got
That's
close
great.
to like 90 days right now.
That's awesome.
You know? And he's 20 something. I'm like, yeah, it's good. You're doing it now. Trust me.
Yeah.
Because it gets harder when you still 40 and you in addiction, bro.
Right.
Trust me.
Right.
And he was like, Dad, I didn't even know that I couldn't even function without it. He's like, I didn't even know that. That's why I was like, you don't know.
Dang.
You don't know.
There was points where you think you needed to function.
You just need, if you didn't have a beer, one time I was like, go one day without a beer. He's like, man, he said that I did. But he's like, that's the hardest day of my life. He's like, and I only did it because you said I couldn't do it. He's like, but I couldn't wait till that 12 o'clock midnight hit so I could get a beer because I was like, I know. I've been there.
Yeah.
Like, I've been there. I'm not just telling you this. I've been there.
Yeah.
I've been there. So, yeah, I just tell people, just don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't give up. You know what I'm saying? You're not the only one.
Yeah.
Trust me, you're not the only one. And it is never too late.
There
you hear about people enrolling in college at 62, 70 years old.
Yeah.
I'm 52, and it's never too late. It's never too late. And I feel like I'm 25, 30. I'm just getting started.
There you go.
So, yeah, don't give up. Don't give up.
So, how long are you clean now?
I have been clean. My wife passed in 2018, 19, 20, 21, 3.5 years now.
Amazing.
Yep,
Nice.
3.5 years now, man.
Wow.
Yeah, it's still a struggle.
Right. That's the thing people need to understand. It doesn't just go away.
I drink Heineken Zero, O'Doul's. You know what I'm saying? It's like, because it was for if nothing else, just the habit of just turning up something. So I was, and it really is a struggle. Like, people that don't drink or not addicted don't really know. They really don't know, and I get it, and I'm not mad at them. But I can tell you, it's not easy for sure. Yeah.
Man, this has been a blessing. I enjoyed this conversation, man. Wow.
I enjoy telling I enjoy speaking to the people for real.
Yeah, I think like
somebody.
Yeah, man, that's exactly what I was about to say. Like, I think like the beauty of like storytelling and sharing like your story, with people. Like, if you've been through like the mud, if you've been through something, sharing your story, it gives people, like you said, that encouragement. It gives them hope. It gives them something to aspire to. It's like, you know what? Damn, if that guy made it through that,
Exactly. And that's what I want somebody to say. That's what I just want somebody to hear. Is just like, trust me, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. And you just have to want to. You know what I'm saying? Not for the wrong reason. You have to. You have to be tired of being tired. Like, tired of being broken. Tired of struggling. Tired of lying. And I was past tired. I was just like, I'm done. And then I was forced. You know, my wife passed. I was like, I got to step up. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm expected to fail because of the position I was in when she passed. Like, I couldn't do nothing but go downhill. And I was like, I got to get it together. And only one person can get it together for me. And that's who I reached out to.
Man, beautiful. Yeah. Let the people know they can find you at again,
yeah,
Kendall.
Again, on Facebook, it is just Kendall Hill. And on IG, it's K Hill, small x, the number 9. K Hill times 9. I remember we started that because my first wife, she made my email. It was K Hill times 10. No, it's K Hill times 8 because I had 8 kids, and now I have 10.
Whoa!
Now, yeah,
hey.
But we changed it to KO times 9. I only had 9, but now I have 10.
10 kids.
10 kids, man.
Man, what is that like?
Oh God, 10 kids.
Jeez.
10 kids.
What are the age ranges?
The oldest is 20. He's born in 93, so he's 28. And then there's 26, and then there's 24. Yeah, I just know their birthday. Yeah, all the way down to 11.
27,
28 to 11.
God
damn. Yeah, 28 to 11. 6 boys and 4 girls.
God damn.
Yeah, man. It's a beautiful thing. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. Like, people be like, well, during all your drug use and all that, how did you, I'm like, now that I know, it had to be God, because I don't know who fed them kids. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who clothed them. I don't know who did it. I don't know who
all
did
a blur.
it. Yeah, it was just I was there. I think I was there. Yeah, like, but I really don't know. It had to be him, and so that's why I had to acknowledge him. Like, man, you was there all along, and I thank you, because I don't even know how. And now I get so much respect from them, like. Because back then, of course, I didn't get no respect from them. I'd be like, Clem, for real. And they'd be like, yeah, fuck you too.
Right.
For real. No, yeah, like, what you gonna do?
Like, I'm supposed to listen to you?
Yeah, exactly. Like, for real, yeah. It must take care of some powder. Going down, you know what I'm saying?
We'll see you in a couple days, like
exactly.
always.
Yeah, exactly. So I didn't have no respect at home, and now it's crazy that, like, they think I'm the almighty. You know what I'm saying? Now they think they listening to me like, we want to look like you. We want to, we want to do that. How you do? And I'm like, wow. It turned completely around.
Yeah, man.
Turned completely around, man.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah.
There y'all have it.
Award
winning.
Yeah, there you go.
That's right. We're going to get this man his respect.
Yeah, please do.
We all see him out and about. Y'all address him correct. Physique.
Winning.
Yeah,
physique. There you go. Yes.
Bodybuilding champion.
Well, there you go, man.
Show that, man. Put respect on that,
Put
man.
respect on my name. Yeah.
Award winning. Kendall
man.
Hill.
Yes.
Man.
Yes. God-fearing.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
God-fearing, award-winning Kendall Hill.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you coming through the podcast today, man. This was awesome. Definitely.
Man, this is amazing. This is an amazing experience to get to tell my story. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't know. They don't know.
Exactly.
They don't know. And I just want somebody to be like, oh man.
Yeah.
I heard this dude Kendall, and I'm on my way to the gym and rehab. You know what I'm saying?
All it takes is one.
That's it. To let somebody know that they're not alone. And that's, because everybody's like, I don't want to tell nobody because they're going to be, man, please. The person you don't want to tell is the one that's doing it too. Trust.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's
right.
right.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
The days of y'all walking in shame are over.
That's over, man.
Give it up.
Give that up, please, man. It's out there. Trust me, it's really out there already. You just don't know that it's out there.
Yeah.
You might as well go ahead and put it, People, it's out there. You just don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just hiding it. Like, you think you hiding it. Yeah, but yeah, that's a game too, man.
Absolutely, man. Shout out to Ray.
Yes, Coach Ray, Coach Corey Ray. Yeah, at higher level training, man.
Y'all for those watching on YouTube and Facebook, y'all see the shirt right there.
Yeah, right here. Yeah, he's the truth, man. He'll
get you right.
You know what I'm saying? He will get you right. He knows exactly what to do.
That's right.
Yeah, he knows exactly what to do. I appreciate it too.
Yeah, and
man.
if y'all stay tuned, he'll be on the next episode. Hopefully,
yeah,
we're gonna get him on the podcast.
Get him on
get
here,
his
man.
story
I know
too.
he got a story.
Oh
I know he got a story. Yeah, he got a good story.
Yeah, we're gonna get Coach Regular here.
That's my dude. That's my dude. Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Cloth Talk Podcast. Subscribe, follow us on Facebook, Cloth Talk Podcast, Instagram, Cloth_Talk_Podcast, and of course YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, let me know what y'all think about this episode, what y'all think about Kendall's story. Share, more importantly, share the story.
Share it. Please share it. Please share it.
Definitely. So right now we're gonna cut this off. We're gonna wrap it up. Yeah. Kendall's gonna add to Quest guest bowl.
Yeah.
So hopefully during this time you thought of some questions for the people.
I got one.
There you go. Cool. Nice. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all on the next episode of Cloth Talk Podcast. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Wait. Let's get Jerome.